that seems to be the kingpin to watch out for in this encounter. Add ingredients when you're commenting. It's not the run of play that matters, but how you render the match and make it palatable. You link the past with the present and the action on the field of play.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Web Talk, produced from the Tribune, where journalists report live or comment on the matches at the Bepanda Stadium. And amongst the commentators here are veterans from the CRTV. You have people like Chebongkeng Kalabopse, we have Fon Echike and Linus Pascal Fula, amongst others. And we are going to be talking to them, some of these fine hands in the sport reporting, who have been off the scene for quite a while, off the microphone, but they're back to report on this very important competition. What is the atmosphere in which they find themselves at this time? Let's meet first with Chebongkeng Kalabopse. Tell us, sir, it's been a while since you left the microphone commenting sport. How do you feel coming back?
I think it's a good opportunity for me to test my skills again and see whether the fluency, the ad-libbing skills, the commentary skills that I had almost 18 years ago are still there. I must say it wasn't easy, or it's not been easy, because the first day we didn't have what the inputs from the officials, and so we started like a diesel engine, but the engine is on now. It's been heated, so I think we're enjoying some of the passions of sports. What I began with, I'm facing out with.
About 18 years or so after you left the sports desk, you have reported 13 matches this far. What has marked you most since you started commenting from the different playgrounds?
I think the engagement that I saw in the Uganda-Rwanda match, the boys were very combative and they put in their all. They had that fighting spirit and wanted to make a difference. But the match, the scores of the match itself, no goal either way, demonstrated that the compartments of the two nations were very strong. The other encounter that impressed me was the second match in Lima in day one, in which Guinea beat the Namibians 3 goals to 0. That was another encounter that you could see the Guinean side that formed a cohesive club, and I think that they are a side to watch out for in this championship that we are playing in this tournament. And so they were very impressive and scored. So far they have the highest goals scored, 3 in one match. And so I think that's the other encounter that impressed me so much. And the last one was the performance of Burkina Faso in their second group game in Yaoundé. They were very combative too and very athletic on the field of play. So Cameroon must take time, watch carefully, and revise their formula as they look forward to meeting Burkina Faso.
Now, tell us, you must have trained so many young people in sports reporting over the years, and today you are back on the pitch. How do you see the performance of sports reporters today compared to what it was like 2 decades ago?
I think they are doing the best they can. And skills cannot be transferred. Each one comes up with his own skills and add to what he or she has had from a friend, a colleague, or listened elsewhere. And they have a big challenge now in that they are dealing with the social media and the traditional media as well. So I won't be able to say this has done this, this has done that, but they are doing their best depending where they find themselves. Because when I was in sports, I was a radio journalist. And as soon as I ended sports, I moved over to politics as editor-in-chief on television. So they are two different worlds.
If there's a word you want to give to the young commentators, there are so many of them here on the stadium, what do you tell them?
They should be careful, fact check their list, and add ingredients when you're commenting. It's not the run of play that matters, but how you render the match and make it palatable. You link the past with the present and the action on the field of play. That's a little bit lacking in many of the players, and it's a skill for you to be able to draw facts from the past, adapt it to the context, and immediately move on to action on the field of play. So those are some of the things that are lacking in the journalists of today, but they have to make an extra effort. The information superhighway is open to them. They just need to go there, pull that information, cross-check the facts, and then put it down. That will serve like gap fillers when you are running commentaries.